Hello, I hope you're all okay. I am in the middle of the August heat wave right now. I am dying, to be quite honest. I feel like I've chosen the complete wrong job to be in a heat wave. Like, when I started doing this, summer was not this hot, and now I'm in this little box room that's carpeted in 40-degree weather. This is not okay. I'm not okay. Oh. Right, don't mean to break down on you. Anyway, despite the heat, I've got my fans on. It's gonna be fine. I hope you're all good. I've been quite tired physically, actually. I think I've been doing lots of recording, lots of filming, and perhaps like pushed myself a bit too much. So I've actually had quite a long break before recording this, and I'm feeling like I'm ready to go. So the plan for today is going to be just 10-15 minutes of fusion friendly core. We're not going too hard, too burny, but just trying to introduce you to some of my favourite moves that I go to get that abs working, obliques working, back working, core as a whole, without doing any like crunches for obvious reasons. There's a devil. So I hope you enjoy these, and we'll take it low and slow so that obviously we don't melt. So I hope you enjoy it. If you do, give us a like, subscribe to us if you want to get notifications for when we post new videos and new sessions. And of course, we've got our whole library available over on the On Demand Studio if you want a little bit more. All right, let's crack on. Okay, let's start with a warm up. So we're going to come over onto all fours. We want to have hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Now, all we're going to do is shift the weight onto one knee and one hand. Opposite leg comes out, opposite arm comes up to the ceiling. Take a nice big stretch, and then we'll plant that hand and knee down. Second leg and arm coming up to the ceiling and back. So just taking your time as we switch from side to side. This is starting to warm up all those muscles around your core. If you think of the core as like a big corset that wraps around, hopefully you can feel lots of different muscles stabilizing as you're coming up. Just getting a gentle warm through there. Oh, my knee's trying to go. It's not good. If I suddenly collapse, you know what's happened. Right. Let's just do that one last time on each side. I was really stupid. I injured my knee 2 weeks before my spinal surgery, and the doctor was like, you need to rest for 6 weeks, and I was like, are you joking? I'm about to have major spinal surgery. I am not going to rest. And so I pushed it, and now I always have knee issues, so great. Right, let's come into our second move. So we are again working on all fours. We've got soft elbows, strong shoulders, knees under hips. We are going to take one leg out behind us. We're going to lift it up away from the floor. Slowly bring that back in. Second leg's going to straighten and lift and come back in. So we're starting to build up into our Supermans. These are really good strengthener for your back, and hopefully you can feel those muscles working but not feel pain. There's kind of a difference between like a good bit of muscle ache and panicky pain. And if we want to get upper back involved as well, we're going to take opposite arm, shoot it overhead and come back. Good. We've also got a lot of stability work going on deep in the core. So hopefully what I'm thinking that you'll be feeling are lots of teeny tiny adjustments in all those muscles in your torso as you go. Good. Also a good bit of balance work here, which you will come to learn. I love. I think it's one of the most effective ways for us to build confidence in our bodies, get ourselves used to moving post-op. You can be like 10 years post-op and still need to build confidence in how your body moves, so it's never too late to start. Right, last one. And back. Well done. Just sit your bottom onto your heels, stretch those hands overhead, take a breather, and Good, okay. We're gonna come onto our side. So where that move was predominantly thinking about our back, we're now thinking about our obliques. So we're gonna be down on our forearm. We've got our knees bent about 45 degrees from our bottom. Feet are stacked. We're going for level 1. Breaking it down, base level. We're gonna think about lifting your waist up away from the floor. So we're squeezing those obliques underneath. We're then, if you're happy to, going to lift your hips away from the floor. We're aiming for a straight line from your head to your knees and then release back. Now obviously, when we've got a fusion, having a straight line for our body should be quite easy. But actually, this is where you realise how much movement you've got in your back and that we're not completely straight up and down, because we can still get that initial squeeze. That means we've still got room to flop and go all over the place as we move. Woo! Good, keep that going. Squeeze and release. We're gonna do 3 more. As I said, we're not going crazy today, so I'm not giving extra levels because this is just an intro to fusion friendly core. 2 more for me. Good. And last one. Well done. Oh, bring yourself down. Right, we're gonna do the other side in a minute. We are gonna come and lie on our back, please. If you've got a little bit of kyphosis still, or your chin tilts backwards, pop something underneath your head. Otherwise, we are just lying still on the floor. We're going to come into a pelvic tilt. So I want you to imagine you've got a marble resting on your pubic bone, and you're going to roll it backwards into your belly button. That's going to help protect your lower back and keep your lower body still and stable. We can also think about zipping up from your pubic bone to your belly button, so almost hollowing out that area. So there's 2 ways we can think about it. Try both, see what feels comfortable. We're going to lift one leg away from the floor, so this is into tabletop position, and then lower it back. And we'll repeat on the other side. Lift and lower. Good. And just keep that going for me with your pelvic tilt staying on. As you lift up, we're really thinking about keeping that right angle under the knee, and that stays when the leg comes down as well. What can be tempting is to lift up and then just bring your heel in. Oh, my knee's better. There we go. So we're trying to keep that right angle as we go. Now what you should feel is as you lower that leg back down, your lower abs switch on to control it. Good. If you want a harder option, we come up with one, we come up with the second, hold, and then down one at a time. Only do that if you don't feel it through your lower back and you're able to maintain that scoopy under, zippy uppy feeling. It can be really helpful as well to breathe out when you do the meaty bits. Into rest and then out as you come back down. What I will say with breathing, obviously make sure you're doing it in some capacity. I'm not really fussed if you follow my breathing patterns, as long as you remember to breathe. The trouble with abdominal work is that we can just hold our breath, and that's really bad. That's what professional record-breaking weightlifters do, and they get nosebleeds. Look up Eddie Hall lifting 1,000 kilograms. It ain't pretty. We don't want to do that. Good. Okay, let's just do that one more time, or 2 more marches if you're going one leg at a time. Well done. Come all the way back down and release that pelvic tilt. And breathe. Well done. You can squeeze your knees in for a little cuddle if you wish. Well done. Okay. We're going to do one more move here, and then we'll do your side planks on the other side. So this is as much for your brain as your body. We'll bring those legs back down. Hands are coming up overhead. Now what I want you to do is again come into that pelvic tilt, so scooping under, zipping up. We're going to lift one leg away from the floor, about 45 degrees. Here's the brainy bit. Opposite arm also comes over to 45 degrees. We bring everything back to the start position. Second arm and leg come up and out. And we go back down. Good. So I am keeping that pelvic tilt on. We don't want lower back arching away from the floor. For an extra challenge, you can take your arm and leg a little bit lower, and that makes it much harder, both on the down and the up. So something worth trying. Good. And up. The leg that's on the floor that stays put, try and minimise how much pressure is going through there. So you can always imagine it's like resting on a lily pad. As you then take the leg away, you should feel that a bit more intensely in those abdominals. Nice little brain trick. Good, keep that pressure light and switch. Good. It's amazing how much difference that makes. Okay, 2 more on each leg. Good. Okay, last ones. Remember, the lower you go, the harder it gets. Well done. Breathe. Come on up. Bring those legs in. Let go of that pelvic tilt. Again, you can take a little squeeze and a hug of your legs if you wish. And then we are going to bring ourselves onto our side, pick ourselves up, and we are going for your side planks on the other side. So again, we are going to start on our forearm. We've got knees 45 degrees from your hips, feet stacked. We are thinking about lifting through the waist and then hoiking those hips away from the floor. Not so high like this. Can you see I'm leaning forwards? But just to bring your head in line with your knees. And release. Good. Squeeze up, lift up, hold. And release. Good. Keep that going. Squeeze. And up. Well done. So we've kind of tried to work all 4 walls of the core, front, back and sides. And you can see how we've adapted these where you're not actually doing any crunching, you're not forcing your spine into any weird positions, we're keeping that back nice and protective, but hopefully you're still feeling something going on. Well done. Right, 2 more for me. Woo. Well done. And last one. Good. Okay, once you've finished that one, just bring your butt down. We can push all the way back up to seated. We're going to bring a hand to the floor, other arm up and over, nice big stretch. Oh, that feels good. And switch. Good. Just wanted to cool off those obliques as soon as I could. Just really ease everything off. Good. Last stretch, all the way up and over. Beautiful. Right, hopefully you're feeling a little bit energized. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Done so well to just have a go at something new. There's always more sessions up here, so have a play around, see if there's a stretch that will float your boat after this. I'll see you soon for another session. All right, enjoy the rest of your day. See you later.